I'm Erika Barnhart, and welcome to the Pause and Fast podcast. I've lost 90 pounds using healthy eating and clean fasting, but more importantly, I've gained clarity, confidence, and a love for real self-care. This podcast is about sharing what I've learned and creating a community where we can grow together. One mindful choice, one fast, and one day at a time. Because every time you pause, it's a choice. When you stop just for a moment, you take back your control. When you sip water instead of reaching for a snack, when you breathe instead of rushing, fasting is power, because when you pause, you're choosing yourself. So grab a cup of coffee or your water, take a deep breath, and let's dive in together. And now for a quick disclaimer. The views and experiences shared on this podcast are of my own and my guests, and they're meant for information and inspiration. They are not a prescription. I am not a medical professional, so please don't take my word over your doctor's. We'll be chatting about things like intermittent fasting and hormone health. And while it might sound like we've tried it all, your body is unique. So before changing your diet or your hormone health plan, check in with your healthcare provider. This podcast is all about sharing ideas and good conversations, not medical instructions. So always listen to your body. It usually knows what's up. Hi, I'm Erika Barnhart, and welcome to the Pause and Fast podcast. I'm here with my guest, Lisa Evers. Lisa is from Chatham, Ontario in Canada, and she is a 51-year-old former kindergarten teacher and now works casually in the Child and Family Services. Lisa also is an intermittent fasting coach, and you can find her with Freedom Through Fasting on Instagram and on Facebook. So hi, Lisa. Thanks so much for coming and joining me today for a conversation. How are you doing?
Great. Thanks for having me. This is so exciting.
It is exciting. It's fun, isn't it? I love talking to other fasters, and getting to see them on video is so much fun. I know I have trouble finding them out in the wild sometimes, so I always appreciate when someone will come join me for a little bit to talk about it, right?
That's funny. The out in the wild, I totally get that. There's just times where I feel like, do I say something? Or do I, because you never know how people are going to receive things or perceive things.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's what I've found too. I've ran into a few people who are so excited to talk about it. They're already doing it or some version of it. And then I hear people who immediately shut me down, and I just accept that as, okay, that is fine as well. But I try to share it with anybody who's interested in hearing it. And this is a little fun aside as well. I work in the salon industry. So I'm not behind the chair at this point, but often I sit in the salon and I listen to the conversations. And I can't tell you how many times I've heard a hairstylist talking about intermittent fasting, whether it's wrong or right, though. Sometimes they're giving bad advice. I never know whether I'm there to interject because I'm there for, and I'm like, oh gosh, please mention clean fasting. But often I'll pull them aside and be like, this is what I've learned. So I'm trying to spread the word where I can.
And I love that you mentioned the clean fasting because there's things that come up on my social media pages, like left, right, and center, and there are all these intermittent fasts. Just start to dig a little bit. There are so many. You're allowed this many 0-calorie drinks, and you're allowed this, and you're allowed that. And just break it down to clean fast. It's golden.
Absolutely. The clean fast really clicked for me, and it makes sense. But I'm going to tell you that it's not going to, or it shouldn't be, like you're lying to yourself. So just do the clean fast. It just makes sense to me. And then it always goes back to the idea, I feel like if someone's trying to get me to take a supplement or do something during my fast, then they're probably trying to sell me something, right? So I always try to think about that a little bit more objectively. Because fasting is free. It shouldn't cost anything. Yeah. And that is actually what brought me on board. I was looking for something free and sustainable, and here we are talking about it on video. So that's pretty fun. Yay
for us.
For us. Yes, I'm so glad we found it. It's one of the best things that ever happened. So I know a little bit of your background, to be honest, Lisa. I know that you were on a few podcasts, so I've heard a little bit, and you've been in the community for some time. I actually feel like we identify a little bit. I heard that I wanted to ask you when and why, but is it true that you started in May of 2022?
Oh my, yeah, yes. I'm just going back in my brain, and I'm already thinking that it's going to be 2026. But yes, I did.
Isn't that crazy? It just clicked with me because I started in March of 2022. So I'm like, we've started very similar times. So it's just an interesting, just to hear someone else who started around the same time as you, and that they're still doing it and still excited about it. So with that, would you tell me a little bit more about when and why did you begin intermittent fasting?
So I have a very long story. It's a 30-year story, but I'm getting really good at condensing it into just a little small amount. But for 30 years, I was involved in that diet culture, trying to be thin, like stay thin. I didn't want to gain any weight. I would have been super happy if I would have lost a couple pounds.
Right.
But I was doing every single thing I could to remain the same. It was very messy with my head. It caused me to have an unhealthy relationship with certain foods, exercise. The mindset wasn't right. So I think one day I just decided to let it all go. And I was like, forget it. I'm done. I'm done looking. I'm done researching. I'm done trying. And if my body wants to do what it wants to do, I might just have to accept the fact that it might not look exactly the way I wanted with having my hypothyroidism.
Yes.
That was a part of the journey, not gaining the weight that the doctors and other people said that I probably would be gaining and to be prepared for.
So that was in your head. You were concerned that hypothyroidism, I can't say it, hypothyroidism may hold you back from reaching your goals.
Yep. And the fact that I also had, I was born with a very slow, sluggish, I guess low to no motility, like digestive system.
Yeah.
So certain things would bother me. So I kind of hid behind that though. As I can't eat that might bother me. Really, I didn't want to eat it because I didn't want to run the risk of it making me gain weight.
Oh, so it's for the wrong reasons that you were denying.
All smoke and mirrors for everybody else to appear to look healthy, because I looked healthy on the outside because I was fairly fit. I was managing my weight with this thyroid problem, but it really messed with me.
Right. That sounds a little disordered.
Totally. So it wasn't even just the food, and it wasn't just the workouts. It was the thoughts.
The thoughts.
It was
We
all
can be our own worst enemies in our head, right?
Absolutely. And I wasn't doing any of it for the right reasons. I wasn't working out and eating right to be healthy. I was doing it so I wouldn't gain any weight.
Okay. So it was just really thinking about that number on the scale.
Absolutely. Oh, and I let that dictate how my day was going to go.
Okay. So that had a huge impact on your life.
Yeah. So funny, before I found fasting, I threw out my scale because I'd had enough.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah. So I was just like, this isn't working for me. I'll just use the clothes in my closet. So I was kind of doing like the honesty thing before it was a thing, but I wasn't doing it for the right reasons still.
Okay, so there was still it was a good move. Well, let me just ask for a second. Do you use the scale now at all, or have you let go of the scale?
No, I don't, because I got rid of it, and then I was just like, I'm not going to buy another one.
I've already adjusted, right?
I get weighed once a year at my hematologist, and that's it. I don't even look at it, because even though I'm Canadian, we use like kilos. He weighs me in kilos. I don't know what that means in pounds, so I just ignore it.
That might be a good trick, actually. Maybe I should ask my doctors to weigh me in kilos.
Yep. And then I never remember the number. Back to when I was like, oh, forget it. I'm just going to be done with all these programs, plans. I feel like it was taking up too much of my time, and I wasn't present for my family, for myself, for anything. It was just too all-consuming. So I let it go. I didn't even know how long it was between that and scrolling, reading some articles, and I found an article that said how intermittent fasting can help those with hypothyroidism.
Oh,
and
good.
I was like, I read it because I was curious, and I'm surprised that I was curious because it didn't have anything to do with maintaining your weight or maybe even losing a couple pounds. It was strictly for health.
Okay.
So I was like, well, I could do that. It's not a plan. I don't have to meal prep. I don't have to track really anything. I'm like, I'm just not going to actually eat till I'm hungry.
Okay.
So I did a test with myself because I was forcing myself to eat breakfast in the morning because I do have personal training background too, right? So I was like, oh, no, eat 5 to 6 small meals a day. Get your metabolism going. These are the best things to do. So
I'm still confused by that sometimes. I mean, I know that, why did I think that?
because we literally are good students and do what we're told.
Precisely. Like I even remember, sorry, this is a little squirrel moment, but I was doing like the keto diet for a little while, and there was something about doing an egg fast. I don't know if you ever heard about an egg fast or not, but one of the rules was you have to eat your first egg within 30 minutes. And I still wonder why. Was that a rule? So, but I did it. I was like, oh my gosh, it's been 20 minutes. I better hurry up and eat my egg. And I still wonder why I felt that, why I bought into that. But yes, go on.
I think it's because it's easy to buy into that stuff because we had goals that were mostly unachievable,
Right.
especially for us recovering perfectionists, right? Like,
Right.
so the test I did with myself was, this is when I was teaching kindergarten. I'm like, oh, I'm not going to be able to not eat. I'm going to feel like I'm going to pass out, blah, 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 all that. We've all told ourselves the same thing.
Right.
So I think it was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of 1 week. I had my favorite shake in the car. I had it on the way to work. That was my routine. And I was reasonably hungry by the time I was able to eat at 11:15.
Yeah.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So Thursday, Friday, I only wanted to give myself a couple days at work feeling funny if I was going to feel funny.
Yeah.
So Thursday, Friday, I didn't have that shake. Because I was still the same amount of hungry without it as I was with it. And I was fine. I didn't
You were
pass
fine.
out.
Yeah, you didn't pass out. You didn't faint. I did something similar my first time. I was actually at work, and I was like, well, I'll probably be nicer to people at work than I may be to my family. So I tried it, and I made it till noon, and it was hard. But I knew in the back of my mind, I had said, I was like, I'm not going to pass out. Or if I feel like I'm going to pass out, like there's food everywhere, I could have some food. It's that easy. So, and then it became easier, even easier, right?
And I felt safe doing that because I packed a lunch anyway.
Right.
Then when I started fasting, I had a couple days a week where I'm like, I'm not even packing a lunch, and I'm going to do a longer fast. Because you start getting comfortable and feeling better. And the first day I did that,
Brave.
though, I was a little wigged out because I didn't even pack a lunch. I'm like, I have no choice.
Yeah, like, who am I?
Yeah. And the reason why I thought I for sure had no choice was because where I worked in this small town, all there were fast food, like little restaurants. So I was like, I'm not going to do that anyway.
Right.
I was fine. Totally.
And you're fine. And probably really proud of yourself too. It was almost like I made a promise to myself and I kept it and I made it. It didn't hurt. That was, for me, it was a feeling of accomplishment. Like I had achieved something, a goal. So it helped increase my confidence as well in myself.
Total confidence booster. And what also boosted my confidence was that I had more time to think about other things that were important to me. Be my family, my like the kids in my class, whatever it was, because I wasn't constantly thinking about that next meal or the next grocery shop or the next workout.
Absolutely.
It was more.
I feel that so much. Yeah, that I really identify with that. So I think that something changes when you start fasting, like you said, where you don't think about some of the same stuff. Or I used so much of my time was consumed by thinking about food, talking about food, that I was missing out on some things. So it also really helped me mentally as well. Even my family started thanking me. Like they said I was almost a food pusher. Like we weren't thinking about the next meal. I was getting irritated because like we have to start deciding, right? And now that's all gone. We're able to have normal conversations that don't involve the next meal.
Absolutely. And the flexibility of it is great too, with us just getting through like Christmas Day yesterday and Christmas Eve and all the treats and all the things. Like it's just pure freedom with the flexibility. That's one of the things I really want to help people with is that flexibility and not necessarily having to eat in a specific window each day, but allowing it to like expand one day and maybe contract another day.
Yes. Also, something I always try to reiterate, because the first question people ask me, Lisa, is, what is your protocol? And I was like, actually, that's a fun question because I don't really have one, right? And I said, most days I have a 3-hour eating window. That's my go-to. But I've done alternate day fasting. Some days I have a 6-hour eating window. That was yesterday. It was Christmas yesterday. I'm glad that you brought that up. I had so much great food. I was stuffed. Even last night in bed, I was like, what have I done? But today I'll probably have a 1 or 2 hour eating window, to be honest, just because I know that we're just going to have dinner with my husband and my daughter. So nothing special today. And you could do that.
And it is, and especially if you are in that mindset. So, for example, last night you had that moment of like, oh my gosh, what did I do? As long as you're not having a longer fast today to punish yourself,
Precisely.
and you're having that longer fast to like maybe give your stomach a break from what you maybe ate yesterday. Maybe there was extra sugar that you're not normally eating, maybe extra fizzy drinks or things like that, that you just need to give your body a break. As long as it's not out of punishment,
Absolutely.
it's it's the thing in our brains, right?
That's actually a really good point, because at first I did think that a little bit, like, oh, I'll do this and I'll balance it with this. But no, I actually, the day after, like a holiday or something, I really try hard not to have a short window. I give myself a lot of permission, because I did have more sugar than usual yesterday. I know today's fast will be a little hard, so I'm not going to have a really down day either. I'm just going to have a nice, healthy, nourishing meal. I'm going to eat less sugar, so the fast is easier as the week goes on. But the day after a holiday like that is almost would be like torture, or mean to myself. Not torture, I could get through it, but, mean.
But it is harder
Yeah.
because of us having to burn through all the sugar. For some people, if there was alcohol, it takes longer. The fast is harder. The workout is harder. Like, let's say if you were working out the next day after having a higher amount of sugar, it's just harder. That's all. We can do hard things.
Yes, we can do hard things.
But it's not that hard compared to all the other stuff I went through for 30 years. That was
No.
torture.
The torture, yeah, the little meals and counting and weighing and points and all of the things. Now it's just kind of like, oh, okay, today I'm going to just eat less sugar. That's my goal for today.
Yep.
And I'm going to own that moment, And if I need to have a 4-hour window or a 5-hour window, that's fine today. I'm just going to cut back on that sugar again, because I did have a lot of sugar. It was a good day. But
And today I'm having the sugar because
Good for you.
yesterday at my mom and dad's, I was full. So I brought my dessert that I did really want home. So I'm having it. It just didn't happen yesterday.
You're still having it.
I'm still having it because
Absolutely.
I chose to bring it home because I actually want it.
I have done that before as well. It's all about also learning your body's there's your hunger signals, and your satiety signals. Sorry, I was thinking of the words. That is something else I've learned as well. I almost have felt like I had to fit it all in. Even when I first started fasting, I'm like, oh, my window is closing and I still want this, cookie. And really, the delay has become something I've embraced even more as I've become fasting a long time. Or even things like throwing away food if I don't really want it. It used to be really hard for me, when growing up in a family where every, leftovers really mattered, and they still do. We still utilize our leftovers, but sometimes it's okay to throw some things away too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The thing too that I get met with sometimes, what I was telling you about how I found fasting and I did the test with breakfast, I have forced myself to eat breakfast for 25 years, maybe 30 years, because, it's a thing to do, meal, best meal a day, blah, 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 all the stuff.
All the things.
I started with that breakfast because that was something I was forcing. So therefore, not listening to my satiety signals and my hunger cues. I was doing it opposite way. I was forcing myself to eat because I thought I was supposed to versus making myself soft. When you feel the sigh, I knew those feelings already. That a lot of times I get met with some people. They're like, "Well, I love breakfast. That is my jam." I said, you can still do that. Fasting is for everybody. Just the majority of people find it easier to delay the food and eat later in the day. It's just the way that it is. It doesn't mean that if you're not like the majority of people that you can't do this. You have an early eating window. Maybe you don't like eating at night. That's totally fine. You can still be an intermittent faster.
Or make breakfast foods in your eating window. That's what I do a lot too. We love breakfast foods. And that's what I was going to ask you. For me personally, I have a lot of flex. I could do whatever. I like to be done eating a little early though, personally. My favorite window, I would say, is something like 2 to 5 or 6 at the latest. But I often we'll make breakfast, and it's a lot of fun. But what does your current fasting and eating schedule look like? What's a typical week for you, Lisa?
So because I'm also super flexible, it could be anywhere, but I do have a favorite, and I don't always like I don't always make it happen just because I do still have a child living at home and we do like to eat our dinners together.
Yes.
I love to be done eating by 5:30, 6 o'clock, as like you. It's my favorite.
Yeah.
If I know my son is going to be away doing something different, I would just love to have a great big lunch and be done. Like
I've done that before too.
yeah, so I love eating midday. So, but last night we happened to eat later because that's the way things worked out with things in the oven, and it was totally fine. But I am like a midday eater. So I don't like eating in the morning. It doesn't make me feel good. So I'm listening to my body and I'm not
anymore.
doing that.
No, even my daughter, for example, there's a restaurant near us. Shout out to Kelly's Diner. It's a great little diner, cheap breakfast, so good. And she's like, when are we going to Kelly's? I keep saying, someday I'll plan on going to Kelly's with you. But I'm like, I just don't want to eat breakfast at Kelly's. Although it's delicious and it's probably window worthy. And I'll probably make the exception someday because she's been asking for a while. But for me, it's just so easy for me not to eat breakfast. I don't even want to.
Yeah. I can't even consider anything before 11:30 or 12 o'clock. Like
Yeah,
noon.
I'm about noon. I'm like, Erika doesn't eat until noon. That's what I say in my head. Even if I do feel a twinge of hunger, I'm like, I don't eat in the morning. And then I always make it till at least noon. So that's pretty easy now. Yeah.
And then if I have a day where because I don't teach kindergarten anymore, I moved into a different position with our municipality and casual. So I never know when I'm going to be working.
That's fun.
It is kind of fun. If I get scheduled for a full day, I'm just like, that's my longer fast.
Yep, I'm the
not
same.
bringing a lunch with me. I'm done with that.
I do not bring lunches anymore. I have a flexible position. I work at home sometimes and I'm on the road sometimes, which makes fasting unique. And I think that holds some people back. Like I travel. And actually, I'll tell you that my travel days are the easiest because I'm busy. I'm driving around. I'm visiting people. And all of a sudden it could be 5 o'clock. And I'm like, I haven't even thought about food today. Some of the harder days, to be honest, are when I am at home. And I know that, I love sweet peppers, with hummus. It's my favorite. And I can just hear them calling to me. It's starting around 2 o'clock or so. I'm like, I hear you guys. Just hold on, but I think about them more, right?
Yeah.
Which that brings me to the food choices. Have you changed some of your food choices or what you do for nourishment since you started intermittent fasting?
Yeah. So what I needed to do was I needed to chill out.
Okay.
I needed to, for my mind, let some other things back in.
Yes.
So I was so rigid and so pre-planned and don't go off that and this is what I'm going to eat and this is how much I'm going to eat. I had to step back and relax.
Yeah.
So, for example,
you were eating healthy foods, but you were very strict.
Healthy. Yeah. So healthy that it was like obsessive.
Almost too healthy.
So now it's like, okay, so if my son wants to order pizza on his birthday, I'm going to have it.
Good.
Before I would have the salad that came with it and I'd make eggs.
See, isn't that sad to miss out on things like that? Yeah, that's another thing I didn't want to miss out on, right? And just facts, we actually have pizza about once a week. My husband's favorite food is pizza, but I do add a nice salad.
Yes,
and I have maybe
I actually
a slice
love
or
it.
two.
It's one of my favorites too. Yeah. And people could be like, oh, it's just pizza. You know what it tastes like. That wasn't the point. The point was I wasn't even allowing myself to relax, to chill out.
Enjoy the things that you love, even if they're not the healthiest choices. There's something about also nourishing your soul, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm a big sweets girl. I'm a big dessert fan. And I find now that since I'm more balanced and not so rigid that I can have it without binging.
That's great. Is that something new for you? Did that start with intermittent fasting or is that something you've been working on?
So this is newer. So this the past 3 years I've been able to do this without thinking, without all those obsessive thoughts. Because before intermittent fasting, I was eating so well every day, all day, that if there was chocolate-covered almonds in the cupboard, I'd almost hide and eat them.
Yeah, almost in shame. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually one of my challenges, any sweet nuts. And my husband loves them too. So he'll come like, oh, I got you coconut almonds and I got you, but they're always sweet. And I do love them. But then I catch myself overindulging sometimes.
Yeah. So I'm in a delay of peanut butter right now.
Good for you.
Because peanut butter and I are like besties.
Oh my gosh.
I love nuts and seeds and all that.
It's so ridiculous how much I love peanut butter. It's a family joke. I get it.
It's same. Like, my husband's like, do you realize when I open that? And because I'm in there like with the spoon. I'm like, what? He's like, you eat all you want. He goes, but we did just open that. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And the all natural stuff is super expensive. So I'm like, oh boy. I said, you know what? I feel like it's time for me to delay this a little bit. I feel like the relationship was getting almost a little bingy. So it's stuff that I feel I'm working.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's important to remember too. We're all a work in progress. Nobody's perfect. And I really identify with that. In fact, right before the holidays, I was traveling for work and I said the same thing. I was overindulging on nuts and peanut butter. So I traveled for a few days for work and I didn't buy any nuts or peanut butter. And I actually did end up losing a pound or two, and I'm like, okay, there is something to this. And then the holidays came and I've been indulging on nuts and peanut butter again.
Yeah,
but
sick.
this is one of my things, but it's also delay, don't deny. So that's one thing too that I love, that I really help me wrap my head around it. Like, this isn't forever, like just what's happening now, or I need to get more control over this. And it helps you to recognize those things. Before I was just eating mindlessly all day, but now I really understand the things that are triggers for me or I overindulge on easily.
Yeah, so I have the triggers too, like nuts, peanut butter, and like sweet treats. And what I do love is that my husband pointed it out to me because I had actually asked him to.
Oh, okay.
I said, if you notice me like in the fridge, like opening and closing that fridge, in that peanut butter jar all the time, I said, I'm at the point right now where I'm feeling like I need to delay it. If you notice it, like if you see something, say something, because I've asked you. Because normally
that's good. So you gave permission.
Yeah, because normally we wouldn't talk about those things or worry about what each other is putting in our mouths. But instead of him being quiet and making me guess or whatever, he's like, well, honey, you asked me. Yeah, I did. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Is that really the snack that you want? Actually, maybe I should ask my husband to do the same just to change my mindset. Because you know what? I really probably would like my peppers and hummus just as much in that moment if I'm truly hungry.
Yep.
Yeah. And I do really like
those. It's funny because people are like thinking sometimes it's actually nuts that I am so into nuts, but there's something that triggers in my brain for me, and I don't have a satiety signal with nuts. I don't have one.
I'm so glad we talked about this. I live in Pennsylvania, and a couple years ago, my family took me to the Peanut Butter Festival. It's where the Snyder's peanut butter plant is, and they had a whole festival, and I wanted to eat everything with peanut butter. I get it. It's a thing. It's a real thing. So I don't get triggered by things like potato chips and things like that. The salty items I could pass up any day. The nuts and the sweets are my thing. So there must be something similar in our bodies that really love that.
Is there anything better than a chocolate-covered almond or a chocolate-covered peanut?
I don't know. It's so good. My favorite. Oh, I love nuts. Anyway, that's nuts. So I was also going to ask about hormones just a little bit. One thing I've been really thinking about a lot, I'll share with you, I am 45 and I think I'm just entering the perimenopause phase. I haven't seen a whole lot of symptoms yet, but I've been going down the rabbit hole a lot. I really feel like I've put myself in a great place for the future of my hormonal health. I'm so happy that I've done that because talking to my mother and my grandmother, they said it was really hard for them. That's whenever they experience depression, anxiety, things like that. And it's just something I really want to be aware of. So I wanted to ask you, as a 51-year-old woman, do you think that fasting has affected your hormones? Has it improved your mindset around that? Can you tell me a little bit about it?
Okay, so I love this. So I'm just kind of tapping into that journey as well because I've had the past 3 years of fasting, 3 years and a bit, I should say, feeling so good.
Yeah.
So what happened was before I started fasting, I was scheduled to have an ablation.
Okay.
Here in Canada, I had to wait a long time for that appointment.
Yes, I've heard that.
So in that time, I had started fasting. So I had been 9 months maybe into my fasting journey. And I went to get the ablation originally because my periods were kind of wonky. I was having worse cramps than usual. And things just kind of seemed off.
Yeah.
So I was a good candidate. So anyway, I go into this appointment. I got the IV in my arm. Like the OR, the room is ready for me. And I said to the nurse who's setting me up, I'm like, something doesn't feel right. She's like, what's the matter? I said, I feel too good to be getting this procedure.
Oh, okay.
And
So you were that close.
So that close. So,
That's close.
Like down on it, everything. So I think, my periods have kind of straightened out. My periods are not nearly as bad. And she's like, hey, it's your body.
It is your body. You walked out. That's good to know that you can. I mean, you had committed for so long, right up to the diving board, But you know what? I'm proud of you because it is your body and you do have to trust your feelings. So how do you feel about that now? Do you feel like you made the right decision?
I feel really great about it now because now I have a period to help me track what's going on with my body. Because I had that lesion, I might have lost that and not really knowing where I was in that journey.
Yes.
So what I did do was because I've been doing some research about how the drop in estrogen and progesterone and all those things can affect muscle mass and bone and all that. I thought I would contact a private care provider in Canada, which I'm glad I did. It's called Modern Menopause.
Modern Menopause.
Modern Menopause. You do it online. Now it's a paid for service.
Okay.
It's not included in our universal health care. But I was talking with her about maybe let's getting on something to help with prevention. With bone loss, muscle mass, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So we did, and my periods are still a little bit wonky. Because go figure, I'm 51, so that's gonna help. So she started me on progesterone first.
Okay.
Just to help me with sleep and with the cycles. Well, my body did that.
Okay. Nope, you did not need progesterone.
Was so miserable. My husband, who is lady? Because that's not how I was like usually happy and quirky and
right.
energetic, and I was grout.
You were
so miserable and
so miserable,
slipping into some depression too.
Oh yeah, we don't want that.
No. So I went and had my appointment with her, and she helped me ease off of it. And she said, when I'm ready for the prevention again, and maybe to help with my periods, that the next time I do estrogen with the progesterone.
Okay.
But I'm feeling so good right now that I'm not doing it.
So you're not doing it all. So when you do it again, though, you're going to introduce estrogen and progesterone.
Because for me, the progesterone alone wasn't working.
Yes.
So the next step is the two of them, because I can't just take estrogen. Because I still have the uterus.
Yes.
And the way this health provider does it only introduce one thing at a time.
Okay.
Just because they want to keep in order like how your body's going to handle it.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, we know that your body doesn't love progesterone alone.
Right. And you knew that, in the back of your mind.
So she's like, the next step, I have it all here. I know how to start it. I know what to do. It's a patch, and the progesterone will be a pill.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Interesting. So that's something that, that's something I'm going to talk about in the future someday too, whenever I need it. So it's just good to know, though, for everybody listening, that there may be some experimentation that needs to go on with what your body needs. There's just no one rule.
That's exactly it. It's experimentation. So my main sign will be my sleep. That's when
sleep is important.
To start again. So, but right now I'm pretty okay.
That's awesome.
But I'm totally not opposed to it. Clearly, I'm not opposed to playing around with it to find what best suits my body.
That's where I'm at too. I know that whenever I first started fasting, and you're so excited, you want to learn everything all at once. I did find a few influencers who said that maybe I had to change the way I was fasting because of my hormones, or because I'm a female. That scared me a little bit at first, right? So, but now I've realized that I can listen to my body and really figure out what's going on, and this has given me the power to do that.
It was one more thing to worry about to get me down that obsessive path that I had to fast a certain way around my period.
Yeah, I really had a little obsession or something.
Yeah,
it was weird.
If I just listen to my body, I would have done exactly what it needed to do. So
Imagine that.
maybe imagine that. So maybe closer to my period, I'm not going to have that one longer day if I got called into work. Maybe if it was closer to my period, I'd maybe think about making a plan. I haven't had to, but it's the ability to choose is there,
Absolutely.
and listen to your body. I don't want to fast a certain way because some lady told me to, because my system's not the same as hers. Anyway.
Right. And I started fasting because I wanted it to be easy. And all of a sudden there's all these lists and these rules. And I guess what really got me with some of those other ones is like they said to not fast during certain times. And I guess the message I try to get out to people is because they ask me, even for Christmas, like, do you stop fasting for the holidays? Like the answer is no. Like you said, flexibility in my window is what I own. I never stop fasting, even if I only have a 12-hour fast, which never happens. But if it did, a 12-hour fast is still a
no
fast.
matter what.
Absolutely. There's never a time to quit or just because I'm a female. So I love that. And most of my friends have agreed.
Yes. And I've had a couple clients that go, oh, my fasting is a bit harder when I'm having my period. I'm like, if you're 18 hours in and you'd love to go 19 or 20, eat at 18. Your body's trying to tell you something.
That's exactly what I do. I have it's called the Clue app. So I downloaded that. It's free. I know when it's coming. And like we've said, inevitably I'll just look at it like, I'm really hungry today. I'm like, I know why, because it's coming tomorrow or something like that. I'm like, I'm just going to be kind to my body today, maybe have 2 meals if necessary and just move on. It just is what it is.
And I also offer that advice in the work. Now, there's all things that you can follow to work out your gas and your luteal phase, your follicular phase, and blah, blah, blah. All that.
Good to know.
That's the get for me. I go by feel. So if I get to the gym, I'm like, man, this seems really hard for me today. I give myself a grace, adjust the weight or the reps. And usually it's because of my period.
Absolutely. That's important to note as well. I've been looking a little bit more at doing some lifting and stuff. I'm looking at programs. Maybe we'll talk more offline, but I hadn't really considered about people really thinking about changing. I guess that would be so easy to say, oh, I'm going to change my workout today. Sweet. I'm going to skip that part, but it's okay to, if you need to.
Yes. And normally for me, I don't know till I get there. Like, oh man, why is this hard for me today?
Okay.
Because remember, my periods are still a little bit different with my age. They're better.
Yes, so you're not as regular.
I'm not as regular. So that's where I give myself forgiveness. But while I'm there, I'm like, I don't want to risk an injury. I don't want a shoulder or joint injury or anything. So if I hey, I'm struggling, well, I'm not going to make it easy. A workout should be a little bit of a struggle, but I can tell when it's safe.
Maybe change the focus or something, or do something that you really enjoy doing if you need to just change it up a little bit. Or maybe today is a walking day instead of a leg day or something. So I love that. I'm going to keep that in mind as I continue down my exercise pathway. I really love that.
And that's big for me too, because my old habits and patterns where my workout wasn't good if it lasted. Like it had to last now. And I had to be sore the next day. Or the workout right off.
Yeah, you should have just skipped it. No, that's a shame.
Like now it's like, okay, if I get in 40 minutes, I get in 40 minutes. If it's a walk, it's a walk. If it's yoga, it's all good.
It's all good.
Not excessive.
Right. And something is better than nothing at all, right? Like at least I spend 20 minutes doing yoga rather than couch surfing and eating peanut butter.
Totally.
I love that. I've begun doing a little yoga too. I've shared a few times I had a foot surgery. It's been a year now. So I'm pretty well healed up. But once in a while, if I just do too much, I flare it up. So I just do more gentle movements right now. I've been working on yoga. I've been doing some more lifting. I do walk, but not like I was hiking more and doing more power walking. I'd like to do that again, but I just listen to my body. It's okay. And fasting is always there. And it's helped me to maintain even whenever I've been able to exercise less.
And it's helped me maintain even as I go through my perimenopause journey and my menopause journey. Like you said, I feel like I got a little something in my back pocket.
Yes.
to
I've got a
help.
trick and I just want to
Yes.
pass it out to other people.
I
And be like,
know.
here's a little hint, girl, boy, whoever, here's a tip. Yeah, it just seems like I have a secret,
Yeah.
And I don't know about you, but right before I found intermittent fasting, I was going down, seriously, I was looking at all of my friends that I seen had lost weight to see if they gave me a hint on how or what they were doing, but people just weren't sharing, so as openly. I'm like, somebody needs to. So I really want to just say, I would never force anybody. It's not for everybody, I'm sure, but I want everybody to at least think about it, right? As a real thing. It's the first thing that I've ever stuck to and literally loved. So I just want to spread that joy.
I feel you, especially with joy, because I have 30 years of experience all those other things, and nothing stuck.
Nothing stuck.
For 3.5 years. I might have gotten 6 months.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yep.
In the past, I would, and I've never actually, I jokingly say I'm back down to my 3rd grade weight. I've always been a larger person, right? But I've never been at this weight since high school. And even then, I went on a diet and hit this weight, in the 170s is where I've been lingering, upper 160s, low 170s. But I haven't experienced that in my life and really kept it. Like I said, I dieted there. And then as an adult, I would be able to diet to maybe 200, but then I would stop and it would all come back. So this is the first time I've gotten past that and then stayed there and not been concerned about how I'm going to. It's a whole new mindset. It's amazing.
It is.
It is amazing. So what tools and resources do you recommend whenever you're talking to other fasters or people who are interested in fasting?
My favorites are maybe obvious, but Jen Stevens' information. And the reason why I want to share her information as an intermittent fasting coach is because she has ways, depending on what book you get, to share with you in a way that your brain is going to understand. Because I'm essentially a teacher. Even though I'm not doing it with children right now.
That's your personality, though. Yes.
I'm still teaching.
Yes.
So if you are like science-based and you love stuff, my mom's a retired nurse, I'm going to set her to fast, repeat.
Yes.
Somebody like me who's not as sciencey, but I can still understand. I still understand it, but I don't want to dive into it. It's more like delay, don't deny. There's different books for different styles of learning.
I agree. Delay, Don't Deny is a much shorter book that just explains intermittent fasting at a high level that connects with a lot of people. But actually, my first Jen Stevens book was Fast, Feast, Repeat. I know we talked about this, but my mother, also a retired nurse, I recommended her that as well because I knew that she would appreciate the science behind it. But both of them have validity. And then I actually just got the 28-day fast start. I've actually never gone through the program of that particularly, but I wanted to see it and get my eyes on it. And it really is great for that kind of learner as well. Someone who likes journaling, who likes writing in, check marking the boxes. If you want to get out your pen and your highlighter, I think that is a great book as well. Just a tool that wasn't available when I first started, but something really, really great.
I ended up getting that one too. And Fast Feast Eat is my first read. And I loved it so much that I thought my mom would love it even more.
There you go.
With nursing background. But I do love the 28-day faster as well. Just sometimes to bring you back if you feel like you're going some old patterns and habits.
Right. There's a lot of knowledge in there. And even Jen, we could talk about her forever because I just love Jen Stevens. I just felt really connected to her message and her, her fasting recommendations. But just nuggets in there all the time. She'll even say, go back to this chapter and read this part. I'm like, it is there. It's all there whenever I need it. Almost like my trusty guide in case I ever need it.
And my journey was 30 years of living that other way. Of course, stuff's gonna come up. Maybe nag at me and try to bring me down that old path. That's some healing to do.
Absolutely.
But I'm finding it so much easier now that I have that awareness.
Yes.
I do also like some of Dr. Jason Fung's things. And I was what's the word I'm looking for? I was intrigued by his stuff because he's all fellow Canadian. I was like, oh, this is kind of neat.
So yes, you felt connected to him. He's a neighbor.
So I read some things, but I was like, oh, you gotta get telling the fast lane.
Yes, I also read Jason Fung, but he does say once in a while something about if you need something to get through it, like bone broth or something. And I'm like, just keep going. They don't need anything. Just stop it.
Or just break your fast. Your fast.
Yeah, if you are that hungry, then maybe yes, you should have some bone broth and then add some vegetables and move on with your day.
And if you think about some of the patients that he's working with, a 12-hour fast is probably going to be a big struggle for them because they have like way more healing to do on the inside and out than I did. So if I'm working with clients that might need some more, I'm like, it's okay. Start at 12, then move to 14, then move to 15. Yeah.
Yes. So your clients with Freedom Through Fasting too. That's another way that you help to share your resources and your knowledge, and that's wonderful. I love that. And you recommend them too.
You like having a little bit of a one-on-one connection with a person that actually seems real. Because you've seen it online. Can I tell? Is that AI? Is that a real person? Trying to stay as real and authentic as you can, right?
Right. And that's why I wanted to do this as well. Just something real and authentic, just people talking about what's been working for them. And just, yes, I love that. That's one of my favorite things because there is so much AI information out there and everybody wants you to click on their thing or buy their product. But I just want to spread real knowledge in a wholesome, great way, right? Yeah, I love that. Those are all great tools. I agree with you 100%. And those are where I lead my friends to as well. I have this like pre-made email that if someone asks me, I'm like, just tweak it. But those are exactly what's listed in my recommendations as well. I also, not to take it, but I also often recommend Graham Curry's podcast as well because I really enjoy that one. Yeah.
So I do recommend the podcast as well because sometimes people need that motivation of hearing people who are new.
Yes.
They might be new. Or people who are not new, but going through a different part of their journey. That they just might need that like little boost. You can do this still.
Yes. Or even people like you, Lisa, who didn't have a lot of weight to lose. You started for other reasons than weight loss, but you stay for the health benefits. I think those messages are so important as well. And as I shared earlier, I travel a lot for work, so I drive a lot. That's what made me really start getting into this. And I think almost every podcast, it's almost silly how I'm like, I think they were talking to me. Like,
even if we don't have the same goals.
Right. Even if we don't have the same goals, they will say something. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is just something I really needed to hear this week. Or that just happened to me too. I'm so glad that it validated that experience for me. Every person I've ever listened to, there's one thing I've taken away from their real experience. Yeah.
And so for me, I had a mental weight loss.
Oh, yes. I love that.
Mine was mental weight loss, mindset. So this is what makes me feel good about working with people with all different goals. So yes, I didn't have to lose any weight technically. Oh, I did. But I could help somebody who is physical weight that they want to lose because our mindsets are very similar. And I can help people with that.
We all have some things to shed, right?
Mm-hmm.
And myself as well. I can really relate to that. The mental difference is just so clear and just feel, just like I said, more able to let things go, able to even approach people more confidently. There's just so many things that surprised me beyond weight loss. So did anything surprise you beyond weight loss? I know we've talked a little bit about that, but how are you doing with your hypothyroidism and your stomach issues and things like that?
So at first, when I first started having good results in my labs with my thyroid, my goal was to all or nothing, get off that med. I'm okay now with not getting off.
Okay.
I'm on a lower dose, which is good. I had to adapt my goal for my body wanted to do. So if the doctor says, hey, these blood work showing that you still need to be on this low dose, I'm good with that. Because I feel so good.
Yes. And even having it lowered and not raised is uncommon today, right?
Yeah. So the fact that I'm on less medication, that's fantastic. And I don't have to say, I want to get off completely. It's helping me right now. If I need to get off completely, I will. If my labs are showing that I need to.
Right.
So, but that's that mindset. It doesn't have to be either on it or off of it. I can be on the dose that's right for me. It's the better dose for me now. It's lower, so it's a win-win.
Absolutely. And you're doing other things to help your body as well. The medication is just a layer. And so many people, I think, just try to fix everything with medication instead of figuring out the other layers that could be fixed as well.
Right. And
That
I
is
don't need
awesome.
to obsess about it.
No, we don't need to obsess about anything. We have a
No.
nice life, thinking about our friends and our family, and you're having a grandbaby soon, right? That's one of my whys as well. I want to be a healthy grandma. I'm already making big plans for these grandbabies. I got to teach them how to hike and travel, and I got stuff to do, man. I can't be laying around.
I'm so excited. And I'm so thankful that I'm able to be semi-retired because my daughter owns her own business. So when
wonderful.
she has her baby, she won't be able to take a lot of time off because she doesn't work. She doesn't have her clients.
Yeah, someone's got to take care of it.
I'm here.
I love that.
I want to.
Yes. What a gift, right? For you and your daughter, you'll be able to get to know your grandchild really well and be able to spend time with them and keep up,
Yeah.
and see a healthiest version of you, which I'm also really excited about. Right?
Absolutely.
I love that. The grandbabies are the best. I know I have 2 right now, and I'm a young grandma, but I love it so much. It's the best part.
Well, my daughter got her travel system in. She got this top of the line stroller, like nothing that I had when I was younger.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, did you buy that for you in your house, or is that mostly for me? 'Cause I'm the walker and the hiker. And like, well, Mom, I did have you in mind when we bought it.
That's funny. That's funny. Good, right? Because you're going to be doing those things.
Yeah,
as you
and
should
it'll
be.
get used.
I actually just told my kids too, I want, how they carry the babies on their person, like a koala or something. I don't have one of those, but it's like, I need one that's good enough to hike in. So I think that they've been talking because the babies are coming, whether they want to or not. They're going to love it. Yeah, I think they'll want to.
I don't think I've ever been so excited.
It's so fun. It's just so fun. There's just something about having a baby around again. It's been, I don't know about you, but it's been a little while for us. It's just my husband and I, and that's all great, but this just adds a whole new element of fun.
It's funny that you say that about baby around then, because when I was working in kindergarten, that's they can be 3 when they start, they're 6 when they leave us. So now that I'm working with this different program, my main age group is 0 to 6. So I get more babies. So I'm getting warmed up.
Yo, you're getting warmed up. You're getting all the practice in.
Yeah.
Yeah, good for you, Lisa. I'm excited to see that. I'll be following on your Facebook and Instagram to see if you post some pictures of that baby. I'm excited.
Oh, I will.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So that brings me to, what advice would you give someone who's just beginning intermittent fasting, or if they're considering starting it as a lifestyle? What advice would you give them?
The advice I would give is to please try to release the notion fasting is starving. Because it's not. You can do Yin's way of fast, feast, repeat, or fast, fuel, repeat, or eat, stop, eat, whatever it is, still eating. We're not
starving.
It's not starving.
I've been using the word time restricted eating a lot because people seem to identify that with that a little bit better. It makes sense to them. Excuse me. Jen always says the word fasting can be a little scary to people because that all of a sudden sounds like intimidating, and it doesn't bother me. But
my husband's little tip for people when they're talking is, instead of calling it intermittent fasting, it's to call it intermittent eating.
Oh, I like that too.
Because it's just flip,
right? It is.
Right?
It's just flipped.
Flip. And another tip it would be to please embrace that clean fast. It is so wild to see how many people will let coffee decide. When it doesn't love coffee, doesn't love you the way that you love it. Like the cream and the sugar and the flavoring. It's really not that hard.
No,
if you get your mind wrapped around it, because it's just coffee.
it's just coffee. It's such a simple thing. I know it sounds difficult. I've heard this from the horses' mouths before. They're like, I just can't get rid of my cream. I'm like, but you can, you know? At first I was like, oh gosh, what am I doing? But by day 3, I actually like really enjoyed it. And now it's my preference. And it's hard to believe.
I tell people who really can't, okay, then you don't have to get rid of it. Just have it so you open your window.
Yeah, have something else. Have a glass of water.
Yeah.
Have some iced tea. Whatever you want. I've shared this a couple times too. My daughter is also a faster now, which is so much fun, but she's not a coffee drinker either. But she leaves every morning. She has a bottle of water in her hand to go to work, and she drinks a cup of coffee just once in a while, but it's not her daily, it's not a need.
That's me.
Yeah, you're just once in a while.
Coffee or black coffee or black tea on an empty stomach and me don't mix.
Some people do say that.
So I always walk around with a mug of hot water. And then if I want tea, I'm going to have it in my window.
I love the mug of hot water idea too.
Yeah.
That's something I learned whenever I started listening to Jen Stevens. That's something that she also recommended, and she calls it MT because it's like nothing is in it, literally.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, let me just try this. And there is something about just having a hot mug. I was like, that is part of the experience. This is actually really satisfying to me.
And I've been doing it for 15 years just because I'm always cold in the morning. So that's that little hug in a mug, but it's just water.
It's hug in a mug, but it's just hot water.
Yeah.
I never even considered it. I'm not going to lie to you, Lisa. I am a consumer, I guess. So I was always like, what can I add to it? But then all of a sudden, I'm just really embracing. I love water.
Yeah.
I've always liked water, but now I feel yucky when I don't have water for a little while.
Yeah. And I used to put like lemon in it or apple cider vinegar. But the fast. So I don't. Just move to water.
We just moved to water. That it's funny how your mindset changes from what can I add to like what can I take away. Maybe I don't need anything at all, but I was always like, every challenge we had, like, oh, my knee hurts, I'm like researching like what kind of fruit should I eat for knee pain or whatever it is. And then all of a sudden I'm like, well, maybe we should eat less instead of adding more things. So with that, gave just so much more clarity and made things so much more simple. I love it.
Yep. Simple's good.
Simple is good. Keep it simple. And I do appreciate you coming on and talking to me today. I just love talking to other fasters, and I've learned so much even just from you in our conversation. I really appreciate your time, Lisa.
Well, I appreciate you having me. Thank you.
Yes. Hopefully we'll talk again one day. I wish you luck in your fasting journey. I'll be following you on Facebook and Instagram as well. And good luck with everything and your coaching.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you.
Thank you so much for listening to the Pause and Fast podcast. It truly means the world to have you here showing up for yourself and for this community. So please remember to subscribe to this channel and like and share this video with anybody who's interested in intermittent fasting. If you want to keep the conversation going, then please join us at the Pause and Fast Facebook group. It's where we connect with each other and support each other on this journey. You can also follow me on TikTok and Instagram for more fasting tips and advice. And if you feel compelled to share your journey, I would be honored to hear it. So please email me at pause.and.fast@gmail.com. Your story might be exactly what someone else needs to hear. So thank you again for listening. And until then, I'm cheering you on. So let's keep moving forward for great health together. Have a great day.